Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another season of Settlement Survival. Hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. This is going to be our 6th season, and in this season we are going to be taking on a challenge that was given to us by our friend Rui. Now this is going to be a challenge that is going to require a lot of trading. And what we are going to challenge ourselves with is we are not going to be building any farms, orchards, tree forests, pastures, nurseries, or mines. Now that kind of restricts us to quite a few things. And so when we need those things, we are going to have caravans and caravans and caravans. So there'll be a lot of trading in this playthrough. Another thing that we have going on recently is a new Discord. If you are interested in joining the Discord, I would love to have you there. We'll have the link in the description below, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and follow that and join up on the Discord and say hi. The stats for this game are going to be large map, extreme difficulty, disasters are off because I hate them, and then we're going to do on for our special. The seed of this game is going to be in the description as well if you want to check out and play it with us. What we have laid out before us is a couple paths. That's all I've done so far. We need houses, of course. So if we look here, we have 15 total people, and I usually like to build apartments, but I'm kind of thinking that we just go with houses to begin with. It's quicker build, I think. So we're gonna do that. I did try one session right before this, and I had a bunch of people freeze to death right away. I lost 5 people, and at that point, I'm kind of screwed. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But anyways, we are going to do 4 houses. So an ordinary house for 4-person family. So there's 6. That's 16. So that should be 1 more space. I'll probably need 5 houses, is what I'm going to guess. So I want to kind of go up this way with houses, and maybe out for this direction. And maybe we'll do some processing stuff down over here, and you know, we'll also have to have in our all the basic thingy doodlers that we need for a village. So we're gonna go with houses first. I want to get these houses in right away, and I think what we're gonna need is, so we do have some domestic fuels. I'm going to try and do this. So let's go ahead and put another worker here. So we have 4 builders, and then we're gonna have 5 free laborers. So we're going to get this stuff cleared out, and I think we should have enough timber for this. So we need 75 timber approximately to build those houses. We have that, yep, easily. And 50 stone, should have that. And iron ore, we should have that. So we should be easily able to create these 3 houses. So let's get that started and get those things built up as soon as possible. Get these people warm and into a house, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. So I was also looking at the technology trees and trying to decide what we should go into first. And I usually like to go into something like warehouses or police station. And I was kind of thinking maybe we want to get into insurance right away, or overloader. But I think what we're going to focus on is the health and happiness for everything. That would mean the police station. But I'm not going to grab it quite yet. I'm just going to see what we develop and what we're going to need. And we'll get it built up. If we need more happiness, we probably will. So it looks like we got 2 of our houses at least built up already, so that's good. I see people bringing in domestic fuels to heat the little houses. It's the middle of January. It's 36. That's definitely cold, but it's still above freezing. It's 36 Fahrenheit, of course. So we're getting this built up. It looks like we're doing good now. So we're going to be out of pretty much everything at this point. So what that means is we're going to have to gather all the things. So once it gets built up, it's good to go. We're going to grab a couple houses. We're going to grab the stone that's around here and the iron that's here too as well. So we also want to have ourselves a chopping house. So we're going to need to make domestic fuels to keep this stuff heated. So let's work on this first. I know I also want to get into the church and all that other stuff, but let's get this domestic fuel coming in. I'm kind of worried about the frost deaths. Oh, it looks like we need another house as well. We'll get another house going. I'm gonna try and make that priority. Sometimes it feels like the priority button doesn't really work, but hopefully it works this time. We'll go a regular 2x2 set of houses here, and we'll do another one up here, and we'll kind of just work this way. I like this spot. There's a couple of flat areas on the bank for fishing docks. So that's one of the things that wasn't included in our list of things we can't have. Fishing docks and hunting lodge. So those things I'm gonna want to get into, but of course we're gonna need planks for the fishing dock. We aren't quite there yet. So gatherer's hut, hunting hut, we can have those. So let's go ahead and we're gonna throw in our hunter's hut as well. And it's gonna need a little bit of things, but we should be able to manage that with just what we have right around here. So let's go ahead and we'll gather those rocks, and we'll gather these rocks, and we'll gather, I won't gather all the things here. There's a lot of good stuff right there. So we'll pick that stuff up, get that stuff picked up as well. And we still have managed to keep all of our people. So that's great. I'm glad that I restarted a little bit and built the houses right away. I usually like the apartment. It's got a lot of space and wiggle room for immigrants and whatnot, but I felt like the houses were so much quicker, and that's what we really needed to do to get the people warm. So, and it does look like we are also thirsty, so let's get a dang old well coming in like as soon as possible. Do I have two things priority? It doesn't look like it. Okay, we're good. So yeah, let's get this well in, get some water coming in. We're at zero food and zero water. Not good at all. I feel like this is going to be a really slow beginning, so bear with me. We're just gonna get our basics reset up, and it's gonna be even trickier because we're gonna have to trade for all of those basic things. So it'll be quite the deal. We're gonna get the chopping house started up. I'm gonna use some of the timber that we have, not a whole lot, and get domestic fuels going. And then the hunter's hut, we'll get the food coming in. So we'll have shelter, food, water taken care of. So that's the very basic things. Well, clothing is another basic thing we need to get going as well. But we do have a little bit of clothing. We have a little bit of time on that. So we don't have to quite rush into that just yet, but it's definitely worth thinking about a little bit. But one thing we do want to have is we do need a town hall, but I'm not going to quite rush into that just yet. Let's go ahead and let's put in our church and our other things. So we got our church, we got our clinic, and a repair shop would also be a decent idea. But also a cemetery would be a good idea too. So let's go ahead. I despise the cemeteries in this game. If you watch my other playthroughs, you know that. They're just a pain in the butt. Probably my least favorite feature in the entire game. Luckily, we aren't that permanent anymore, because with Carlos, you can get a cemetery that is infinite. Super nice. Super nice to have. Let's go ahead and we'll get those things put in. And here we go. We got this stuff going. So we have 2 free labors. This is another tricky part with the beginnings of the game. We're going to have to be flexing people back and forth to make sure that we have enough workers to do all the things that we need. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we need. So we'll get, so right there, just takes out 2 people from the builder's cabin, and then we're back up to 3 laborers. Put another person in the hunter's hut to try and get some more food coming in. We'll have a person for the doctor and a cleric, so we'll be down to 1 free laborer. So what that's going to really do is when I'm trying to gather all and like get the foods and get the lumber coming in, we're going to have fewer people to do all that stuff. So it's going to be more difficult to do. So we're going to try and I'll probably go down to 1 builder here now that we have this stuff, the basics set up, and we're in summer now. So freezing isn't a risk for a little bit yet, but food and water are going to start to be a big problem. So it looks like this isn't quite producing enough water for us just yet. I probably should have just done a big well like I normally do, but I didn't. And it looks like, yeah, we're having people die of thirst already. Not good at all. That was not good. So got some crop seeds. Not that that matters in this game, this playthrough. We almost have our 3rd tech point, so we're doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's get into the warehouse, be the first thing. Let's get into the police station for happiness, and then let's get into the research institute for tech points, of course. Now, our town hall, we're gonna need to build that thing up so we can start to get immigrants. We are gonna need a lot of immigrants. We're gonna have lots of caravans. We're gonna have lots of things happen, and we just need the people. So let's go ahead and we'll get our police station started up here. I probably won't have the workers to deal with it, which is going to be a repeating theme for quite a while, I have a feeling. And then, of course, our town hall. And we'll plop this guy right in here. Luckily, the town hall doesn't require anybody to run, so it's just a good thing to have. And now that we're good with, again, we had our people in their houses, and we're getting some domestic fuels. We got that taken care of. Got a little bit of food, hopefully coming in soon. Don't really see any numbers yet, so that's kind of unfortunate. But we do have 1 food. So that's all right, I guess. So we're going to have two laborers here in just a second, and we'll see how well we do through this winter as well. Winters are rough, of course, everywhere. So, yeah, unfortunately, we need a lot of stone and we need a lot of timber for these stupid cemeteries. So where do we have any more rocks? We have a good pile of rocks right here. I'm gonna grab a handful of those and a couple trees and whatever else is over there. And I think we'll just kind of do some gathered plants. Anything that's like really close to the town here, let's grab those. We're pretty much looking for anything that we can have to eat here, especially with winter oncoming. This is weird that this is not outputting anything yet. Makes me not want to use it. So yeah, we've lost looks like 3 people so far. Not good. To thirst, I believe, was our issue there. Looks like that person is cold and we need more timber. All right, so kind of know that. So we have our doctor now. That's good. We got our stone coming in, so that's going to be good for our water, town hall, and all these other things that we kind of have queued up here to get built up. Research Institute, it's going to be something that we're going to want as well, but we're going to be short on labor. So let's get these things built up before we do anything else, and then we should be all right. Looks like we are out of timber for the chopping house, so we're going to need to mark some more trees and whatnot to gather those up. So let's go ahead and we'll grab this little block of things here. Oh, there's stone right there I didn't see before. Great. So we'll grab those little trees there, and hopefully we manage to get all that stuff before people freeze to death. It looks like they're going into their houses right away to get warm again, which is great. That's what we want. You don't want them to die out and get cold. So let's kind of bring this up. Since I'm gonna do some fishing docks out here, I think I'm going to do like this outside of this diameter, more production-y things. So I'll probably bring the road out this way, and we'll probably meet kind of like this shape, and we will have our industrially stuff over here a little bit. We want to be close to the workers for efficiency's sake, so that's what we're gonna strive for. It looks like this should be just about right for us. Let's see. Marketplace. Yep, that's about exactly what I wanted. Okay, so great. It looks like we hit 3 bursts. Say, that's pretty good. So let's we have 2 more we got 3 laborers total. I'm surprised we still have that many. That's good stuff. This thing better start producing. 0 like well, okay, I'm gonna do 1 person in there. Oh, we need the gatherers right now. So let's go with, we need planks, can't do that. Usually hunter's huts are really nice, but the gatherer's hut will be something that we could use as well. That doesn't count as the things that we can't build. So, but where to put this? We're going to be chopping down all the trees that are so close. Maybe we just hold off on that for now. We do have another tech point. Let's see, what else could we get into? Soap is important, definitely, but we won't have pastures for fats. So that's going to be quite the thing. So that means before we can even do any of that, we need to get into the trade stuff and get our caravans rolling. So let's go ahead and we'll grab this insurance. Will be our first thing. Dock will be another thing that we can get to get the merchant ships coming in, and then we can buy goods. So that'll be good. And I was thinking about who to trade with first. And I think Rania is going to be our best bet because they have the Grand Bazaar that's a little bit down. It's like tier 3 or 4, and that'll be really nice to have. It makes the price fluctuations not so volatile, so it'll be easier to manage making sure we got the money to buy the things that we need. And I'm also terrible at money things and math things, so yeah, if you see me making huge blatant mistakes, please let me know. Let's do this together. That's one thing that I've really enjoyed about doing this game with you guys here on YouTube, is that we've built a lot of really good towns together, and that's been really, really fun. Helped me learn the game, and we're just the community around the game has been really great. So thank you for everybody who's shown support on any of the videos that I've made. I appreciate it a lot. It's been pretty fun so far, and we're at about 670-ish subscribers now, which is just crazy to me. I've gone pretty quickly, in my opinion, on the amount of subscribers that have joined. So thank you very much for that. It's been great, and we're just keep chugging on. Hopefully we have another update here pretty soon. And it's kind of what I'm looking forward to in this game is the developers to keep adding stuff. That trade update was just amazing. It was a lot of fun to do that whole series that played with the trade stuff. It was like partly having a new game, and it was really fun to do. So I hope they keep adding stuff like that. It was really great. As you can see here, we're just kind of sitting here. We're waiting for the people to gather the stuff up. I saw them messing around. If you notice, your villagers kind of doing that action. They just kind of wave there, like that person was doing. That means they're messing around. That means they don't really have anything going on. So if you assign, like we did here, mark the trees to gather or whatever, then they go do stuff, and they're not wasting their time, basically. So keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that if you're playing too. So we're looking for timber, stone, and iron to build our town hall. It looks like our police station needs more timber as well. More timber as well. Timber. It's always a problem in the beginning of the game. And usually I really look forward to the forest farms to deal with that, but we might have to have a big old caravans of timber coming in constantly to deal with the demand that we will have, because we will have demand of timber for sure. One thing that I want to do kind of is I want to build like a line of the trading posts, and I want it to be kind of close to a production area, which is over here. So maybe up on this road, we go on like the right side of it, and we kind of do like our caravan row, and I think it'd be kind of neat. I was also considering building our roads with the stone ground, just going straight to the stone ground, because in our last playthrough when we had the 3 and 4 wide obsidian roads, I really liked the look of that. It felt like more of a town to me than just like this is like very villagey, very small looking. Not that this is a bad thing, but it just felt really good to have the nice roads. It just looked cool. It was just awesome. So I kind of was thinking about doing that in this playthrough at the beginning, but then I was like, I'm gonna need that, so that'd be kind of dumb. So I didn't do that. Obviously, I went with dirt roads. So I did see a little person over here that had a food over their head, so that's got to be something we're gonna have to keep gathering plants and whatnot. Since this thing is not producing anything, I'm kind of perturbed about that, because I was really looking forward to having that to handle our needs on food, at least a little bit. But looks like the game had other ideas for me. So let's get another chopping house, and actually I need a sawmill, don't I? Not a chopping house. Yeah, do we have another point? So I want the sawmill for the ability to make planks. And when we make planks, then we can make fishing docks, and then we can start to get some food coming in, because we don't have any kind of food. So we really need some more tech points coming in. We do, of course, need to have a research institute as well, but we don't have one even queued up yet to get built up. We could totally do that. We were going to need it. We were going to have a lot of those. Of course, it's a key component of the game, so we'll have some eventually here. But I want to just kind of go step by step and get the things that we need set up, and then we can be good to go. And then we can really worry about getting into that trade stuff and the research stuff in a little bit here. It's going to be integral to this game for sure, but don't want to jump into it right away. I want to get our bases set up before we do all that stuff. So that's what we're working on right now. I'm just going to kind of keep building up and gathering stuff around the town here, and I'll bring back in a little bit when we progressed a little bit more. When this tech points come in, I'm going to get a sawmill, and we'll build up the sawmill and get some planks and get some fish going. It'll be great. It's been a rough couple months, guys. So as you can see, the town is kind of in trouble here. We are really low on laborers, but we did get the town hall built, and we have a bunch of immigrants on the way. So hopefully they're right on time. We are really struggling for food. This hunter's hut didn't produce me anything, so I don't know why. Maybe because there aren't any of those like flocks of critters around. Now that I think about it, didn't even pay attention to that because it's never been an issue before. Maybe before I can do that, I'm gonna have to build a bridge. Yeah, I don't see any animals running around here. Just quick glance on this right side of the river. That could be an issue. Really hurting myself. So we do have immigrants here. I'm gonna absolutely grab those 10 immigrants. We need them so badly right now. We're gonna get a couple builders in here, and we're gonna get this stuff back up and running here. I'm super glad those immigrants arrived, and we made it to that. We have a couple trees coming back from we cleared like everything out. Like we went really far through here to try and gather all the things that we need to keep the town going, really. But since we don't have any farms, don't have any of that stuff set up, and we won't have farms set up, we're just kind of at a standstill. It sucks. We don't have a ton of, now we're out of tools as well. We don't have any housing. I did grab a couple of tents in an attempt to provide some houses. You can see how well that's going. So I think that these aren't even worth it. I never liked tents. I never ever used tents. And, you know, those were 15 for one of them. And the house itself takes 24. Like, it's not even double a tent. So it's worth it to build a house. It's true the houses take stone and iron ore. But again, it's only 12 and 5. It's not a lot at all. So if we can manage to get this repair shop built, that'd be wonderful. But it doesn't really seem like that's going to happen. So I want to get all of these things that are all real close to the town, get those things cut up. And you know what I realized that I was doing? Once I cleared all the stuff out, I remembered that plants like to be by mature trees. Here's an example. So if you clear cut all the trees out, you aren't going to have food because you aren't going to have any plants. So yeah, we're trying to keep a couple of these more mature trees around here at least, so we can have some food for Pete's sake here. We're really hurting on stuff. So we're going to get these trees cut up, and hopefully we can get some of these things repaired and back in action. I ran out of timber, so the domestic fuel house wasn't running, and like I said, those immigrants came right on time. So while we're thinking about processing here, we have our smithy. Let's get a smithy started as well. And like we said, we were going to do a little bit of a more industrially area on this side of the world. So let's get our smithy set up right there. So it's been quite the deal. So we're just gonna keep getting our stuff gathered up and gather these trees, gather the food, hopefully get some repairs done. I did have 2 people working on the well, 1 in each, and I moved them, trying to keep the town afloat, and it looked like I pulled it off this time. Those immigrants came right on time. The town hall got built. The timing was perfect for all that stuff. So we've lucked out, and it looks like our repair shop is good to go. I'm going to get a bunch of workers in there to get these repairs done before we lose more houses and the hunter's hut as well. It takes a lot to get these things rebuilt, so I want to avoid having to rebuild them completely. So that's what we're going to hopefully do here with our repair people. Since we have 4 of them now, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. There we go. We have clinic and doctor and cleric back up, so that should be good to go. Technology, we have a point available. Like I said, I used it for the tent. I'm going to go ahead and go with the overloader here and just kind of prepare for our caravans that we are going to have. Once I get enough timber, trading posts should be good to go. We can start doing that and we get some food coming in, get some timber coming in, and get some reps started, which is going to be great as well. We need that, of course. That should be good to go. We have people that are freezing still, of course. We haven't had timber, so hopefully we can manage through another winter here. This will be another year, the 4th year, so we've done a handful of things so far. It's been a rough start, but I think we're gonna be okay. It's rough. I knew it was gonna be rough, but I think we'll be all right in the long run here. It looks like we're a little bit short on all the things, of course. So I'm gonna at least gather up a couple more of these bits over here, these bits and bobbles. I can't afford to have people standing around in the town, so I'm gonna get them to work. It is a freezing risk to have them come out here like this, especially when we don't have, you know, a whole lot of domestic fuel saved up. 51, I mean, it's okay, but definitely could use some more. And we still have some homeless people because we don't have houses built up. So we're gonna get this stuff gathered up. You can see these guys are cold already. They're running back to their houses immediately to get warmed up. So yeah, it's quite a thing. But I think that'll be it for this first episode. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to this new challenging playthrough. I think it'll be fun. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be great. So I hope you have a fantastic, amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival.